right, my bows and bow ties. So, I am en route to work and I was rolling. Let me just say, I was all the way rolling. I was enjoying the rolling hills and like rolling. And, there were cars in front of me rolling. But I had a little bit of extra roll in my roll. And, so I was like, oh, there goes a cop, right? And it was an unmarked car, but you know how you can kind of like tell. So the copper put the lights on, and I just immediately pulled over and immediately just got out my license and that kind of stuff. And so the cop pulls me over and he's like, hi, can I see your license, registration, the normal stuff. And I was like, I know you got me. I've completely capitulated. I was like, you got me. And so he's like, well, you know why you're being stopped. I'm like, yeah, I was rolling. I know I was rolling. So he looks around real quick in my car. And I was just trying to handle my stuff, and I can never remember what my registration looks like. I'm like, is this it? So the interesting thing about it was I was just ready to just take my ticket. But, and I was just like, you got me. He was like, so you know why I'm pulling you over. I'm like, I was rolling. I mean, I got it. I mean, he was like, I said, I just have a question for you. He's like, okay. I said, why didn't you stop the car that was in front of me? That car was speeding. He's like, but that car wasn't going as fast as you were going. And so I was like, okay. And so let me just say this to all of the coppers out there. Although I'm a blackity black, and we don't have a really good relationship with the cops. This cop was so nice to me. Well, he wasn't mean to me. He was nice to me. He was just like, he goes back, checks my stuff. It happened really quick. It was like a few minutes, not even that long. And he's like, the people are complaining that people are rolling through here really quickly, and I need you to slow down and some other things. And I really couldn't argue with the guy because I was 100% wrong. What was so interesting about it, I guess because I just completely capitulated, he just gave me a warning, which I appreciated. Especially in light of what's going on in this country, it'll kind of mess you up because, you have like these preconceived notions of what you think are going to happen. And then someone will do something that is completely different than what you expected. So I was the one who was 100% wrong. I was just trying to just get my ticket and just keep this thing moving. And, he showed me some grace. I didn't even read it until I got on the road. I'm like, oh, I thought it was a ticket. It was a warning. Yeah, I am super appreciative. Had I looked at it in advance, I would have thanked him and said, hey, thank you for showing me some grace. Because to be honest, I would have deserved the ticket. I was rolling. When I said I was rolling, so with that being said, no, I'm not on here to say I love the coppers. No, I'm not here to say I dislike them. I'm just saying I know that in light of what happens, the history between people who look like me and the coppers. Now, I don't typically have a bad relationship with cops because I'm not a male, and I do think oftentimes people who are in law enforcement, I think they have subconscious bias against darker brown people versus lighter brown people. I think part of me getting off might have just been my attitude and me being a woman. I don't know. Maybe he was just being charitable today. But I just thought it was interesting. I was just expecting one thing, and he was just like, can you just slow down, please? I just need you to all the way slow down. I don't know if my husband would have gotten the same, I don't know if he had extended any sort of grace to him, but I just thought it was interesting. I was expecting one thing and see something else. Now, granted, I'm coming through a hella white neighborhood, right? Where there are like $1 million homes, I presume, like just really nice homes, really nice, some really beautiful neighborhood, hence the rolling hills. And I love taking that route to work, or at least a partial back roads to work, because it is a beautiful scenic route, okay? But nevertheless, the copper, I shouldn't even say it like that, the law enforcement person, extended grace to me and gave me a warning. And it was interesting because I deserved that ticket, because when I say I was rolling, I was getting it in. So, to all my law enforcement personnel out there who don't look like me, I know there are some of you out there who aren't like totally evil. Not that most of them are, but right now, we just don't have a good relationship with the law enforcement, and especially in brown communities. The only thing I can think of is that I was coming from one non-brown community through another non-brown community. I don't know. So maybe the law enforcement personnel there have a different disposition. I don't know. I haven't worked in law enforcement. So, but I think also the only thing I can think of is he flipped his light on. I just pulled right on over and I was like, yeah, you got me. I completely capitulated because there's no need for me to sit there and lie. I was 100% wrong, all the way wrong. And I think he was probably like, well, heck, I was trying to get my license out when he came over. And that's pretty much it. Now, I do recognize that there are many people who are not going to have that same experience that I'm going to have, that I just had. That experience, I don't even think, it might have taken 5 minutes. Maybe. I do know that I was not deserving of grace, but he showed me grace because I was rolling through this area where people typically roll through because it's a nice area to roll through. It's rolling hills and turns and it's beautiful, but I guess he said it's technically still 30 even though people are doing 40 and 50 through this neighborhood. It's not really a neighborhood, but it kind of is, but it's like not a major road, but kind of a major road that goes through, and then the neighborhoods, like you turn off into these beautiful neighborhoods, but it's kind of almost like a connecting road. So it's a nice road to do what I did, but I learned my lesson. So, when I come through there, I'm going to have to tone it down, because typically when you see law enforcement camped out in neighborhoods like this, they'll be there for a few weeks. So now I got to be on my best behavior because it's the right thing to do, and because I don't want to take it. All right. I don't know if this means anything for anybody, but I just wanted to put that out there that this person who pulled me over, who didn't have to extend grace to me, did not F up my Friday because I would have deserved it. So, shout out to my law enforcement personnel. All right. Have a good Friday. Oh, wait. Y'all need to go ahead and subscribe. Okay.